Let's play a story game. I'll start, and each person continues by writing a sentence. Once upon a time there was a boy called Mark who lived in a small house near the sea.
Unfortunately, Mark's parents didn't let him have a pet seahorse despite his proximity to the sea. Fortunately, he adopted one and put it in a tank he bought secretly and put it under his bed. Unfortunately, his parents caught him and told him to release it. Fortunately, he turned 18 that day and, by some miracle, managed to buy a house where he could live happily with the seahorse. Unfortunately, his beloved seahorse became very sick. Fortunately, there was a vet that specialized on seahorses near his home. Unfortunately, there was a strong storm outside and he couldn't leave. Fortunately, he could do a phone conference with the vet to see what was wrong with the seahorse. Unfortunately, the storm had broken the phone lines and couldn't call. Fortunately, Mark still had the internet. Unfortunately, his Wi-Fi is slow and he only has Explorer on his computer. Fortunately, he has Edge in his computer that is faster. Unfortunately, Edge, despite being the default Windows browser, was not compatible with the software the vet uses. True story, by the way. The website? I'm not sure. The stupid program doesn't like any of the stupid browsers I have. Edge is actually a really bad browser. Use Firefox. I have Firefox, Opera, Chrome, and Safari. None of those work. Edge is now a bit more. No. It's 0.00001% better because they based it on Chromium LMAO. Okay, can we stay to topic? Agreed. Fortunately, she could use Firefox, which is the best browser. Unfortunately, it's paid in slow as. No, it's not, but When did Mark get a gender change? Ahem. No, we were talking about Tibet. I cannot brain today, I has the dumb. Rip. Fortunately, the storm blew over right as Mark was getting really frustrated. Unfortunately, Mark disappeared with no freaking trace. That's a bit random but okay. Fortunately, the vet found his house and cured the seahorse. Isn't that the point? Unfortunately, it was all a dream and he isn't even 18 years old. Fortunately, his parents in real life actually let him have a pet seahorse. Unfortunately, the seahorse is smaller than he thought it would be. Fortunately, this means that the seahorse will be easier to take care of. Unfortunately, Mark accidentally let his cat get too close to the seahorse's tank. Fortunately, the cat didn't attack the tank, it stared at it instead before walking away peacefully. Unfortunately, the cat got its claw stuck on a rug. This is cute, so very cute. Oh, this looks fun. Fortunately, Mark was around to gently take out the cat's claws from the rug. Unfortunately, the cat took this as a personal attack against it and chose to scratch Mark in retaliation. Fortunately, the scratch didn't hurt Mark that much and the cat proceeded to walk away. Unfortunately, Mark tripped and Fortunately, the tank was sturdy and did not break or get damaged. Unfortunately, that scared the seahorse so bad that it revealed its sentience and supernatural powers. Fortunately, all the seahorse could do was walk on land and speak human. Unfortunately, the seahorse now required lots more food due to increased activity. How do you play this game? I don't speak Dukums. There's a random story, you just put the next line to the story, the lines always start with fortunately, or unfortunately, and alternate between them. The pins do seem pretty clear though. Fortunately, there is enough food for the seahorse. Like this? Yeez. Unfortunately, Mark didn't have enough food. Fortunately, Mark and the seahorse were able to go out and get food. Unfortunately, all restaurants in the area were closed because of an ongoing pandemic. Fortunately, there was a shorter than usual line at the grocery. Unfortunately, Mark's credit card got declined. Fortunately, Mark has his wallet full of money. Unfortunately, somebody steals his wallet and runs. Grammar E. Fortunately, Mark is fit and is able to run down and catch the thief. Unfortunately, the thief gets into a boat and speeds away. Fortunately, Mark is a competitive swimmer and is really fast. Unfortunately, he's not fast enough to outswim a boat. Fortunately, his friend has a speed boat and just happens to be there at the right time, so they both chase after the thief. Unfortunately, they run out of fuel. Fortunately, the seahorse was there and let Mark and his friend ride on. Unfortunately, for the Theifu, Mark and his friend catch up to the Theifu. Imagine if this suddenly became the thief's story. Fortunately, Mark had just discovered his long-lost twin sister, the thief. Unfortunately, the thief, before noticing they are twins, kicks Mark off the seahorse. Fortunately, the seahorse goes after the thief and manages to pin her down while Mark climbs up the side of her boat. Unfortunately, the thief throws off the seahorse, for it is a wee lad, lass, and starts swimming down. Fortunately, Mark is also a competitive diver and dives after the thief. Unfortunately, he recently became a smoker after his beloved cat Zagubi's sudden death, and it already damaged his lungs. He couldn't dive as well anymore. Fortunately, in the mess, Mark's wallet slipped out of the thief's pocket and floated to the surface, where Mark took it back. Unfortunately, the money was so soaked that it tore when Mark took the wallet. Unfortunately, the shop had closed because night had fallen. I just realized most of us are probably not using full stops lol. Fortunately, there was a 7-Eleven still open. I've seen a 7-Eleven, but from the outside it looks like a barber shop lol. Maybe that's because there's a different barber shop near it and the signs are too close to each other? Unfortunately, the cookies are very slightly overdone, so they're a little crunchier than usual. Guess I'll continue it then. Fortunately, Mark enjoyed the cookies despite their crunchiness because cookie. Unfortunately, they were raisin cookies and not chocolate chip. Fortunately, he still liked raisin cookies. How can someone like raisin cookies? IDK. He just does. Unfortunately, there was no milk to go with the cookies and he couldn't just buy it. Raisin cookies are amazing. Fortunately, the seahorse ate most of the cookies, and appeared to enjoy it. Mission accomplished. Get food for seahorse.